welcome to Something to Talk About. I'm Linda McNamee, and for the next hour, we are going to be learning about fitness and taking care of yourself. In a little more detail, but I don't want to ruin the surprise just yet. So, as usual, I would like to begin by inviting you to give us a call this evening. And if you have any questions for our wonderful guest, whom you will meet momentarily, you can always give us a call at 781 270-9199. I always forget the number because I never call. I'm here. Or you can always email me at talk@bcattv.org. I love to get email. And I would like to thank all of the crew this evening who have given up their Wednesday evening to come and help me out and have some cookies and meet our wonderful guest. We have Colleen Moore, Director Extraordinaire. Thank you, Colleen. We have Corey McNeil, who is a staff member here at BCAT, and he helps make everything run smoothly. So he's part of the team. We also have several volunteers, whom I'm very grateful for. We have Josh Coughlin, Jolie Atwood, Stephanie Floridis, Maddie Shipka, and my buddy Chris Flaherty. So thank you, Chris. And thank you, everyone. And now, one more. Thank you, Paul, for staying home for Daddy Date Night. Hopefully the kids have finished their silly pills and have finally decided to go to sleep. Now, I would like to introduce my wonderful guest, Julien Baptiste, who is professional athlete, amateur athlete, coach, amateur athlete, focusing in boxing. So I can't wait to find out more because I know nothing about boxing. So every time I watch Jeopardy, it's like, there's always a boxing question. And I don't know anything. So thank you very much for coming.
No problem.
Hopefully in the next hour we will learn a lot more about you. So can you start out by telling me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you came to this area if you're not originally from around here, and how did you get interested or get into boxing to start with?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Greenlawn, New York.
Okay.
That's on Long Island.
Okay.
It's actually close towards the metro area.
Okay.
And so actually that's where I grew up. And I actually got recruited to play football at Mount Ida College in Roxbury.
Oh,
right outside of Roxbury.
All right.
Then I actually went to school 4 years, graduated my business degree.
Excellent.
And then I was actually going back and forth from Boston and New York.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
That's a tough commute.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't commuting, but I was actually looking for work and looking for an opportunity where I can grow. And then along the path, I was actually trying to be a professional football player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then so with that being said, is that
kind of tough?
Yeah, it was very tough. It was very tough. It was very, very humbling experience. Definitely checking out different athletes from different avenues from there.
Oh, okay.
And then boxing actually came along where I was actually just looking to work out. My cousin actually brought me to the gym one day, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want to try it out? I mean, it's a great workout." And from there, I just got hooked. So
Wow.
Yeah, I got hooked.
Now, did you have to do the in the ring stuff as well as your stereotypical workout of weightlifting and?
Yeah, I mean, so I was already doing weightlifting when I was playing football, and then
that's true.
Yeah, and then when I actually started boxing, I actually just got away from it. And so with the boxing alone, it was a great workout, and I was basically, peaking physically.
Okay, now, in boxing, how is it categorized? Because, when I look at you, I don't see football player because football players to me are built like a Mack truck, and you're not ginormous. So, heavyweight, welterweight, lightweight, what are all the different classifications and how does that change?
Yeah, so I'm actually I'm like a middleweight, lightweight, so I'm in between, so I can either fight up or fight down. So my weight's actually at 170, so I can either go up to 178 or go down to 165.
Do you have a choice who you fight, or are you
these are brackets. So so 65 will be a middleweight, and then 78 will be a light heavyweight.
So if you decided that you wanted to go have cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger and fries every day.
Yeah. That can go up to light heavyweight.
There you go. Now, how does that affect like your technique of boxing? Does it, or is it just the
Oh,
size of the person that
no,
you?
not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I would just say if you're going to be in higher weight class, just be prepared that you'll fight bigger guys. Yeah,
Oh.
taller
So
guys. Yeah.
you said it starts at 178. What does it go up to?
So it goes to 201. That's
201.
heavyweight, and
Okay,
then
so
this
it's
super heavyweight.
20, 25 pound difference in each.
About yeah. So it's about 10 to 25 pounds a difference. Yeah.
Oh,
hmm
okay. Um, now, what do you actually do for the trainings?
Oh,
Like,
for to train
yeah,
myself.
to train yourself,
Oh,
or yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I started with like a light jump rope, maybe 15 minutes,
Okay.
nonstop, and then
Wow.
from there, yeah. I
Oof.
mean, it's all right.
I need oxygen at that point.
Yeah, it's just a warm up, and then
Okay.
from there, I actually go into shadow boxing, and then once I get through shadow boxing for
Okay.
maybe 4 or 5 rounds, I get in the speed bag for maybe 2 rounds.
Speed bag's the little one that you just.
Yeah, when you just
Okay.
yeah.
I always liked one of those.
And
And
then
then what about like the jumbo thing that I always take? You see on the movies, the
oh, the
coach is
heavy
like
bag.
holding it. Yeah.
Yeah, the heavy bag. Yeah, I work that too. So I do about 8 to 12 rounds on that.
Now what's a round?
So a round is actually 3 minutes long,
Oh,
and
jeez.
then you get a minute break in between.
You
Well,
do like 8 to 12 rounds.
yeah.
How long does it take you to do your whole workout from the jump rope to the?
You usually, putting it all together, it takes
Yeah.
me about maybe 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hour
Okay.
workout.
Now, is that because you're competitive? I mean, is that like a normal workout? Because I would never be able to fit that in.
Oh, so that's not normal.
Okay.
So it's a competitive
It's normal
workout.
for you, but
It's not for me, but
okay.
hmm and
So, okay.
oh
Keep
no,
going.
no, go ahead.
I'm just like, so what does it take to be like competitive other than dedicating 2 to 3 hours every day? No, is it every day or is it like every other day or
I
do you
train.
alternate it with like weightlifting or long distance running, like Rocky running through the
Yeah, so I train every day, so I train 7 days a week. Uh, Judging by the day, like usually like Wednesdays, like today I did like a light workout,
Okay.
like low intensity. Then like tomorrow I'll go high, like a high intensity workout.
Okay.
And so it's basically the pace changes as the week goes on. If I have a fight on Friday or Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get a high intensity workout Sunday, Monday, and then I slow it down as it
Okay.
gets closer
To
to
kind of
fight time.
conserve your energy.
hmm
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. How often do you compete or would you fight somebody else instead of like do you have sparring or whatever it's called like for practice?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So
How
like
often do you
I
do that?
spar like I try to get it like like two nights where I'm sparring for
Okay.
the month, and then I compete frequently. So I remember actually one month I had about I think I had two, yeah, so I had two fights on the same week, and I had a Friday and Saturday
Wow.
fight, and then the next week I had a Saturday. Next week I had a Saturday. So I had about maybe I think it's 6 or 7 fights that month.
Wow. Is
So
that like normal or is it usually like four or do you
no,
sign up and it just happens that way or
no, normally, normally speaking, people try to get like one fight a month or two to
okay.
five months, 2 fights a month. I just basically wanted to get my activity up.
Oh, okay. Now back to sparring.
hmm
How do you find people to spar with?
Uh,
Because if
you
you're really good, nobody's going to want to get in there with you.
yeah. So my sparring is like pretty much. I mean, if I have somebody who's kind of similar level to me,
Okay.
then the intensity of the sparring goes up. If I have someone who's a little lower, then I basically work my own basically what I need to work on, like my jab or
Okay.
slipping. But it's basically I keep it at a level where they can still get some work too.
Okay.
hmm
You don't want to have them on the floor because then they'll never want to get. Okay.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, how is it? How do you know sparring's done? Is it like when somebody's unconscious, or is it just like exercise? Yeah, I tell you, I am like totally oblivious to
hmm
everything that happens. I didn't even sit through Rocky, so I don't even know what that is. So okay, so yeah, how do you? Is it still like 3 rounds or
Oh, still 3 rounds. So
two
like
minutes each?
it's 3 rounds, and it's so with that being said, it's a 1 minute rest, and then you do as many rounds as you need.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Until you call it a day.
yeah, to
Right.
call it a day.
Now, is it always somebody from that particular gym? Do you work out at different gyms? Do
Uh,
you get sparring from, your friends at different gyms?
Yeah, I may go to a different gym every once in a while.
Okay.
Well, frequently, like now, I'm going to be going to more different gyms as I get closer to Golden Gloves, and which
Okay.
is going to be in Lowell in January.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so tell me more about that. Blah. Linda speaks, take two. Competitive. Um, do you have to qualify? Do you just sign up? Are you, kind of chosen to be in? Like, do you, how do you find the how do you find the competitions?
Yeah. So like, so there's generally speaking, there's two, basically divisions. So there's a novice. A
Okay.
novice is somebody who doesn't have any fights,
Okay.
who's basically looking to start boxing,
Okay.
and then there's an open class. So with the novice class, these guys are pretty much, they just want to fight. Some guys don't. They don't want to pursue it any further. They just want to
Okay.
say they boxed or they want to actually, try to compete.
So more like the, you know, um, recreational, I guess, just for fun, get a good workout in,
Yeah, yeah,
that kind of?
yeah. Even so, I went through the
Okay.
novice division.
Oh, okay.
So going through the novice division is somewhere that you have to go through in order to go
Okay.
to the open division, and those guys will fight on the Golden Gloves.
Okay.
And in the open division, they fight as well at the Golden Gloves. But
Okay.
these guys have 10 fights or more.
10 fights or more in what period?
Uh, doesn't matter. Doesn't
Oh,
matter. It could
so
be
once
with
you reach 10, you get
yeah,
promoted, in
yeah.
essence?
Hmm.
Okay. So tell me more about the Golden Gloves. I mean, is that an invitational thing? Is it a qualifying thing? Both? I mean,
The Golden Gloves is it's a tournament. So
okay.
if you lose, you go home. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Now, how many fights is it per tournament? Is it like, elimination where you start with like, I'm thinking like the Big Ten basketball.
Hmm.
You start with 16 and then you drop down and then whoever wins and whoever wins. And is
Yeah.
that the same way it works in boxing?
Oh yeah. So like it works. It works. They have a tournament bracket, and then
Okay.
they depending on how many people or how many boxers they have signed up will
Okay.
determine how many fights you need to win.
Now you said the next one is in Lowell in
January.
January.
Hmm.
Do you have to like travel around the country for these Golden Glove competitions?
Oh no. So the one in Lowell, basically, if you win that,
Okay.
you'll have a chance to go to Las Vegas,
Oh
and then
wow.
yeah, and then you'll fight the the winners of the Golden Gloves throughout the nation.
Okay. And how frequently do they have the competitions? Is it like once
Every
a
year,
year?
every year.
Okay.
Hmm.
And it is always in Lowell, or is it always like somewhere in Massachusetts or somewhere in, how's it divided regionally?
Yeah, so as far as I know, because
Okay.
yeah, I'm kind of, well, I just kind of grew into the sport, but
Okay.
from as far as I know, it's always been a low.
Ooh.
From what everyone has told me in the area, it's always been a low.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, are you doing this all by yourself, or do you have a coach or a trainer? What's the correct terminology?
Yeah, so I have a coach. I have
Okay.
a coach. He's a mentor as well, and
Okay.
his name is Tom Fallon. So he
Hi, Tom. Okay.
so yeah, so he basically kind of he just brought me
Okay. So
along.
you kind of discovered him when you started going to a particular gym?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We crossed paths and then we just spoke and then
Okay. You
just
clicked.
clicked, and we just been working ever since.
Now, do you ever have to, you meaning, the generic you, do you ever need to change coaches? Like, depending on which path, whether you want to work toward the professional or if you want to work toward um, amateur competitions?
No, I don't need to change anybody.
Okay.
So like I don't need to change my coaches. I don't need to change my team. I would
Okay.
say.
Oh,
I
they're
would.
teams?
Yeah, I mean I call it a team.
Okay.
People have pretty much have helped me grow
Oh, okay.
within this opportunity that I have.
Okay, so that
Yeah,
kind of team, not
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fellow boxers that, all go to the same competitions like
Hmm.
basketball or something. Okay. What's the you talked about the novice, then what was the next one? Competitive?
Open.
Open.
Hmm.
Is that the difference between amateur and professional?
Oh, so that's the two difference in amateur. So
Okay.
just an amateur, you have
Okay.
novice and open.
Okay.
And then when you're pro, you're a pro.
So how do you make that transition from amateur to pro?
So you
Is
can
there like,
actually,
okay,
so as a boxer,
okay,
you can go pro at any time. So you can even go pro without having any amateur fights.
okay. So going pro is just getting paid for fighting, like getting sponsorships,
Hmm.
or is it?
That's just an opportunity to get paid for fighting.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
And are there different competitions? Is it still like a Golden Glove, or is it?
They may have like different tournaments for the
Okay,
professionals. But other than that, I mean, there's no golden gloves,
okay,
but it's just pro. If you join the tournament, there's money on the line, and
okay,
then that's where it comes down to. So you just
okay.
have an opportunity where you can make money.
Now, would you need to travel a lot more, or would you still be choosing your schedule and where you would compete?
So I wouldn't be able to, so
Or is
most.
it still called competing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
definitely.
I thought
It's
so, but I'm
competition. It's a
just,
sport. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so yeah, you definitely so I have an opportunity where I can travel as well. I mean, if somebody who calls me from uh,
Vegas.
Vegas to fight, then I'll find a way to go over there and fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, back when I first found out about your story, you were considering going to the Olympics.
Hmm.
What is the normal pathway of getting there? Are there a certain number of competitions that you need to, either win or reach a certain score, or
Yeah.
what?
So
What journey? What path did that journey start to take?
yeah. So the Olympics it wasn't part of my plan.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I had planned on pursuing
Okay.
in the beginning when I first started boxing.
Okay.
It came across it actually came across me and my coaches. So he actually, we spoke about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Hey, you qualify for the Olympics. You have more than 10 fights.
Oh, okay. So
So
it's
yeah,
okay.
so you have an
Now,
opportunity.
10 fights or 10 victorious fights?
10 fights, ten
Oh, okay.
fights. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So he
You probably want to win most of them in order to move on, but
Oh
I just
yeah,
want, okay.
definitely. That's definitely not a competition you want to show up to
No.
without a couple wins or a championship or
Okay.
something. So yeah, he was like, "Hey, you want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And then
Yeah, why not?
we went to Philadelphia, and then
Okay.
I won the first round of the tournament
Okay.
against a very really good boxer.
Okay.
He actually won a national championship
Wow.
as a junior. I think junior JO. Oh well,
Okay.
he was a junior amateur at the time, and then he actually won a championship, and I beat
Okay.
him. And then I got to the second round, and I lost a split decision. And
Okay.
then I actually came back home, came back home to Burlington, and
Okay.
I was thinking like, hey, maybe let me just get another shot to go to Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
And then I went over there to Tennessee, and then I lost in the first round of the tournament.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but
bummer.
it was a great learning experience.
Yeah.
I felt as though the fight should have went my way, but I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
So that's
Things
how
always
amateur.
happen for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, with some sports, like wasn't it basketball a few years ago that they allowed professional athletes to compete in the Olympics? Is that something that they don't allow in boxing, or do they? Or, by your switching over to professional, are you closing that door to Olympics?
Yeah. So I mean, the Olympics is closed.
Okay.
So and they, as far as I know, there weren't any professional boxers.
Okay.
So I mean, there's no professional boxers in the Olympic Games.
Okay. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
So, back to the competitions that you were in.
Hmm.
You said split decision. How are boxing matches scored or
So
graded or
yeah, so so they're graded by ring generalship, who's controlling the center of the ring.
okay.
They control it by who's basically throwing more punches, who's
Okay.
landing more punches, and then they go off by defensive. So like pretty much whoever's not getting hit as much, and then it
Okay.
comes down to that. So you have three aspects.
Wait, so what are the three again?
So
Center ring control.
ring control, punching, and then
And getting hit.
getting hit.
Okay. Wow. And how many rounds do you normally go through? Is it 3 rounds and then it's
Yep. So it goes
okay.
to three. So it's 3 3-minute rounds.
Okay, which probably seems like an eternity when you're in the ring, doesn't it?
It's not. I mean, it doesn't feel like. I mean, after a while, it doesn't feel like. At first, it did.
Yeah.
Like my first fight, it was like, oh, this is different. And then going down to my 26th fight, it's like it's just now it's a mental game. It's more mental than
Okay.
anything.
So there's a lot of psychology going on in there. Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of psychology going in. You got to basically not plan out, but you got to just outsmart the guy in front of you.
Okay. Now, how's what? How do you do that? Do you like watch your opponent in previous fights and figure out his strategies? Because they kind of do that in football, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's a great tool,
Okay.
but half of the 2/3 of the time you don't know who you're fighting.
Oh.
Yeah, so for that,
Really?
with the amateurs, so you
Okay.
may come to a fight and fight somebody who's who's tall, and then you may you don't know, so you go there and fight.
So, does your coach give you any advice or any tips like between those rounds? Because, well, one, your coach probably has a lot of experience as well, and two, are kind of more objective where you're like in the middle of everything.
Yeah, so definitely like the first round is where you want to establish yourself, and then you want to be very active so you can see what type of fighter you're fighting against.
Okay.
And then from the first round, you get a general scope of like how this person moves, what needs to be done in order to win, and then that's how we usually do our game.
Because you want to make yourself look big, but at the same time, you need to kind of have that defensive stance.
Exactly.
Now, obviously you have boxing gloves, but what other kind of safety equipment do you have? Like the mouth guard?
So
Because you still have all your teeth.
yeah.
So,
Thank
you know.
Yeah, I'm working on keeping my teeth. Yeah, so that's why I got a mouthpiece in. So the mouthpiece, we have a mouthpiece. We have a headgear. You have a cup,
Okay.
and then boxing shoes.
Okay. Now, how often does the equipment need to be replaced? Like, how many fights could you get with your gloves? Or are your gloves kind of like become part of you where you never get rid of them? Or the shoes or the
Yeah.
mouthpiece? Because if
So
you're,
I would say the only thing you really need to replace is probably your headgear, maybe your mouthpiece every once in a
Okay.
while, and then I mean if you want to change your cup, you can just get a new
Okay.
cup. But the gloves they provide for you during the fights. Yeah.
Okay.
So they provide you the fight. They provide you the gloves during the fight.
So it's like a new pair of gloves every fight?
Um,
Or just,
yeah, they may be recycled. I mean, because like
okay.
the gloves that they give you are so that they know that nothing else was done with the gloves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have a pair of brass knuckles hiding in there or something?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So they check your hands before the fight.
Okay.
Then they put your hands in the gloves, and then you can't take your gloves off before the fight.
Oh, okay. So there's a lot of regulation.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
definitely, definitely.
You know, I think we actually have a clip from one of your recent fights. I don't know how recent, but a fight of yours.
That's cool.
So let's take a look at it.
All right.
See you in action.
Yeah, definitely.
In open 178-pound weight division, the referee for this contest, Mr. Mike Ryan.
So that's you in the red. Okay, now where is this?
Oh, that's at the Billboard Elks.
Okay. And did you know this person that you were fighting?
No, actually, no, I didn't know. I didn't know. Had no idea who he was. And then I know him now. So
Okay.
yeah, he's actually an Olympic athlete too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I see the headgear. So those are the gloves that they provide. Okay. Now, do you get to choose your color?
No, no.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, you come to the fight, you don't know what color you're gonna be in, and then it just so happened that I was wearing red that day.
Okay. Because I would
So,
like show up and go, you want me to wear that? That's not my color. I can't wear that.
yeah.
So, talk me through the scoring. It looks like, oh, well. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of punches there. You're good at ducking and good at blocking.
Yeah, so the scoring works so like it goes by whoever touches the other guy first. I mean,
Okay.
touches basically who's active, who's in the center of the ring, who's basically throwing more punches, who's landing more
Okay.
punches, who's being defensive.
Okay, now there's the other guy in the ring that's breaking you guys up, the
Yeah.
referee. Is he also the person that's scoring, or is he just making sure that you're following all the rules and
Oh,
playing nice?
he's just he's basically making sure we're following the rules.
Okay. Now, who's scoring it?
Right now the judges scoring it.
Okay.
So the judges are actually on the sides of the ring.
Okay.
They're usually in front of tables, sitting down.
Okay.
You know, they have their pen ready, just kind of writing notes.
Okay.
And then from there they make their decision at the end of the fight.
Right now, it looks like both of you are. Oh, is that the end of the clip? No. Okay. Now, both of you for a while both had your hands up. Is that like a mental regroup for you before you to strategize?
Usually, like the stuff that I do. I mean, this is an old fight of me.
Okay.
What I have my hands up, just to kind of get a draw or like kind of like get a feel of like what he's gonna do. If I have my hands up, he's gonna punch.
Okay.
If my hands down, does he punch? So kind
Well,
of
yeah,
like
if you
feel.
put your hands down, of course
Yeah.
he's going to try hitting you.
Yeah, so you know, I just that's when I was growing. So like I would say like right now is usually I just use it as a draw, kind of find out like, hey, is he gonna punch? Is he gonna do it? Yeah. You know? So
Okay, so we talked about the classics, the classes of boxing. Now, is there like a style? Like, you know, again, I'm thinking back to the Olympics. There's like wrestling, there's Greco-Roman wrestling, there's probably like a whole bunch kind of wrestlings. Is it just boxing or kickboxing, or is kickboxing still considered boxing?
well, kickboxing is considered
More martial
kickboxing.
art? Okay.
Yeah. So kickboxing is kickboxing.
Okay. I don't
And
know.
boxing is boxing. Yeah.
If you see me in a gym, there's some serious issues going on, you know? So there's like one standard boxing, right? Okay, everybody has the same rules. Everybody has virtually the same equipment. This is what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what's the age range? We talked about, you know, amateur, and you started after college. What is the age range? Like, how old or how young are some of the guys that you get into a ring with?
So the youngest guy I would get into the ring with would be 18.
18. Okay. So you're not going to have like a 15-year-old getting in there. They have to
No,
be legally an adult.
Yeah, so I'm in basically the senior division, so
Okay.
I'll be fighting guys who are 18 and older.
Okay. Now, how long does a boxing career generally last?
On average, it's pretty fast. So it's like a two year, maybe 3 year
Okay.
kind of average.
Because it's got to be hard getting into a ring all the time, and because you have to be at like 110% every time you get in there, or you could do some serious damage to yourself,
Yeah.
or somebody else can do some serious damage to you. So, okay, you had just mentioned 2 to 3 years. What is your goal, or what do you plan on doing after your professional boxing career?
Yeah, so I mean, as of right now, I'm in the fitness industry,
Okay.
and I plan on growing in that. So as I'm a personal trainer, I have a clientele that I work with, as well as I'm an instructor at Title Boxing in Woburn.
Oh, okay.
So like
It's fairly new, though, isn't it?
yeah, we
Okay.
just opened up during the summer. So right now I'm just basically just helping people get to their goals, you know, keeping people healthy. That's something I want to do.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
personal trainer, and you help them in all physical fitness, weightlifting, gym, all aspects of gym equipment, or do you just like focus on boxing?
All aspects. So like
Okay.
I show them boxing, show
And if
them the
somebody wanted like
fundamentals.
free weights or something.
Hmm. Yeah, so
Ah,
I basically give them what they want. So like
cool.
if they have a goal that they want to reach, then I basically tailor
Okay.
what their
Now,
goal
what kind
is.
of goals is it? I want to be able to run 10 miles. I want to,
Yeah.
participate in this 5K. I want to lose 20 pounds.
Hmm.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have like a medical person on staff, or do they have to get clear? Does your client have to get clearance from a doctor first before they come to you and say, okay, I need to lose 50 pounds?
Depending on like the situation, I mean,
Okay.
they may have to go to the doctor and get it basically uh physical. But
Okay.
other than that, I mean, if they if they can walk, they can get a
Okay.
trainer.
Now, do you also work with them in other aspects of physical fitness, like diet? What are they supposed to eat? You know,
Hmm.
you need to lay off the carbs, or, how do you work with them with that?
Yeah, so with the diet and basically what they're eating
Okay.
has a lot to do of what goes on during the day and their
Okay.
lifestyle. So usually if they ask me for advice or if they need like a meal plan,
Okay.
I'll write it out for them. They can
Okay.
get it prepared in the beginning of the week, and then from there they can have it set for the week. So
Okay.
it's not something that they can't do. So it's just a
Right.
matter of them being prepared
Now, do you
for
have
the week.
like a team of other personal coaches that help with this? Or do
Um,
you have to be like an expert in nutrition as well as, neuromuscular, you know, do you need to go to med school to figure out like anatomy and stuff?
No. So like I got my certification from NASM, National
Okay.
Association of Sports Medicine, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, so I basically I got that, and then from there I'm not an expert at
Okay.
anything, but I do my research on like what
Okay.
needs to be done in order to get like someone towards a goal.
Okay. Now you said certification.
Yeah.
What does it take to get certified as a personal trainer?
Oh, so like with certification, you can actually enroll in the course,
Okay.
and then with the course, you basically have to pass the test. It's a really basically test that goes off of how your body's moving, how can you see,
Okay. All right.
how is his or her hips tight,
Okay.
does the person need any muscle
Okay.
imbalances or in balancing,
Okay.
and you can kind of go off of there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now, how often do you need to get recertified? Or is it like a lifetime certification, or every year, or every 2 years, or 5 years, or?
Every 2 years.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, do you have to do anything in between to maintain certification, like, teachers in regular schools do, or?
Oh no, I mean, just
Okay.
when you once you get certified, I would
Okay.
say the best thing to do is just is use it,
Use it.
use the
Okay.
certification.
Now, is it this? Are there different certifications in different states?
No,
Or,
so
okay.
I
So
would
it's like a
say
whole national.
yeah,
Oh,
hmm,
so like if you
yeah,
wanted to move to Las Vegas, you could become a personal trainer out there.
yes,
You'd have to build your
exactly.
client base.
Hmm.
Now, what's your average client base? Like 30 people or 10 people, or does it matter on how often they come to the gym?
Yeah, so with my client base, the most I've had for my client base actually I had about had 22 people, had
Okay.
22 people, where I was actually working with and I was seeing frequently.
Okay.
And then, so, I mean, with that being said, is that I don't see all 22 people every
Okay.
month or every so often. Whenever
Okay.
they can make it in, I
Okay.
would meet up with them, and then we can basically work towards their goals. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, how do you get matched up? You said in your boxing career, you just happened to come across your coach and you clicked.
Yeah.
Is there like any preliminary interviewing, or are you assigned a client, or do you have to go out and find clients, or
So,
how does that work?
so like,
I'm not letting you drink the water.
oh
I'm
no, that's
sorry.
fine.
It's like, no,
So,
you can't. You got to keep talking.
So with the clientele, I usually just I ask them, hey,
Okay.
you know, if they're in the gym already,
Okay.
and then I ask them, hey, are you reaching your goals? Do you need any help? And then usually most of the time they'll give me an honest answer, yes or
Okay.
no. And then from there, I kind of just see if they would like to do a session with me,
Okay.
and then from the session, see if they want to continue.
Okay. Now, do you suggest or advise them to come 3 times a week? You know, ideally, how often should somebody be working out at the gym?
Ideally, somebody should be working out like
I know this is a
so.
loaded question.
It's all right. So ideally, I would say someone can try to get to the gym as frequently as they possibly can within
Okay.
their lifestyle. So like if you have like 5 kids or 10 kids,
Yeah.
and then you're like a single mom, it's gonna be very hard
You
for
don't
you to
need the
get.
gym because you're too busy chasing the kids around.
Well, it's gonna be very hard for you to get to the gym.
Right.
So, but
Okay.
with that being said, is that just like if someone doesn't have any kids, and then they have an
Okay.
opportunity where they can
Okay.
basically go and kind of take care of their health,
Okay.
then I would say that they go to the gym. But it all depends on all depends on like their lifestyle.
Okay.
So there's no like massive number to get to the gym, because
Okay.
a lot of times too, like with nutrition, it's a big factor. So if you're not eating correctly, then you're gonna basically put yourself in the fall.
Okay.
So
Do you make house calls?
everyone, I mean, cell phones. I mean, I don't think.
I wasn't sure, like, if somebody had their own gym at home or something, if you do personal training there, or if they travel a lot for work. Are you available via email or, cell phone?
Yeah, so I'm basically like I'm affiliated with Title, so like I do
Okay.
all my clientele and all my
Okay.
all everything within the gym.
Oh.
So I mean, I can definitely give someone advice. Definitely, if they have a question to ask, I'll definitely give them
Okay.
advice.
Now, your client range, male and female, all different ages.
Male and female and all different ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just looking at my questions. Yeah. Back to boxing. I'm the queen of tangents. I
all
like
right,
to
it's
bounce
all right.
around. What are some of the health risks? Yes, you had the mouth guard, you had the headgear. Because I just remember hearing recently there was a study, I think it was professional football players, about concussions and issues that could be related to concussions. I mean, have you ever had a concussion?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
No, I haven't.
Okay. I've had more than I can count, so I'm impressed. And I don't box.
No, no.
But what are some of the other eye damage, or does the headgear protect your eyes?
Yeah,
'Cause I noticed it
so
protects your ears.
so the funny thing about the headgear is that so when I qualified for the Olympics, I wasn't
Okay.
wearing any headgear,
You weren't.
so there was no headgear.
Oh.
So
Is that normal?
it's normal now. So there was
Oh.
actually, yeah, so it's normal
Okay.
now, and there weren't the rules of the headgear in the past. Well,
Okay.
it was to wear headgear, if you're an amateur fighter. Now they have changed the rules. So if you're competing for the Olympics, there's no headgear. So with that being said, at the Olympic Games, there will be no headgear for the
okay.
boxers. And
That could be kind of dangerous.
yeah, so I actually got headbutted during my
Ow.
I got a headbutt in my first fight in Philadelphia. So my eye actually closed the next day, and I had to fight the next day. So so the headgear does protect against
Okay.
headbutts, cuts. Basically, a lot of time when you get a cut, you cut
Okay.
because of basically hitting someone's head, or grazing someone's head, or an elbow. Maybe kind of graze your elbow, graze your forehead or something like that.
Because that's another thing. I'm thinking the gloves don't have any sharp edges on them, so how would somebody get cut? I mean, I can understand bruising and
Yeah, so they will get cut out of you. Normally,
Okay.
it's usually a hard surface to hit that. Like you
okay.
either it's possible where you can get cut by an elbow by accident, and then you can get cut by a headbutt.
Okay.
It
And
happens.
what about ears? I mean,
Ears typically not. Generally speaking, I haven't had any issues with my ears. My ears are so
Okay.
small anyway, but But
Oh, maybe.
but I haven't seen anybody have any issues with their ears. No.
Okay. Well, yeah, unless Mike Tyson,
Oh my
going
God.
way back when, he didn't need any headgear. So, what, are you ever at risk of like broken bones or, torn tendons or torn cartilage or, at these competitions? Is there a medical staff on hand?
Oh yeah.
And what kind of medical issues generally happen or could,
Yeah.
normally
I
happen?
mean, it's a sport just like anything else. So
Okay.
like you gotta have like a EMT or somebody there,
Okay.
just in case anything would happen.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, but I mean
Okay.
people have been like knocked out. They gotta call the ambulance.
Okay.
They
Do
gotta.
they always call an ambulance if somebody loses consciousness?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. I mean I haven't seen anybody lose
Okay,
consciousness,
well,
but
that's good
they
because
should
you have the
call.
headgear now.
Yeah.
No
But
headgear, no
yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah, so they should call.
Okay.
And basically that's the kind of protocol that they go by, just to
Okay.
protect the athletes.
Now, you had mentioned that while you were in Philadelphia, your eye was it cut or did it just swell up? But
It swelled up. It was pretty bad.
okay, so
Yeah.
you couldn't see out of one eye. How does that affect you? I mean, can you cancel or postpone a fight?
No. So like
So you
in
have to
that,
go in there and box one eye.
yeah, well that,
You're winking at the guy. That's right. Freak him out.
yeah, so yeah, that incident, I mean, I was in the tournament. I won the first fight,
Ah,
and
okay.
I'm in Philadelphia, so I can't really go,
Yeah,
can't really
you
not
can't go
fight.
home.
Can't really not fight
Okay.
because this is the opportunity where,
Does
I
that
could.
put you at a disadvantage?
Yeah, it did, but I fought through the fight,
Oh,
and then it was a close fight. It came down to split decision, and then I went to the other guy. So it happens.
because you didn't bake him cookies. No.
Oh, I should have baked them cookies,
I didn't
right?
bake him
Yeah,
cookies.
yeah,
I
yeah.
baked the crew cookies.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, how did that change your strategy going in there?
It was a little bit of a mental kind of boundary in my
Okay.
head. I mean, just knowing that my eyes closed.
Yeah.
I mean, he caught me one time, and I was like, oh
You
no.
couldn't see him coming from the right or.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, my eye hurts. Like he hit me, and then like ever since then, I mean, pretty much going into the fight,
Okay.
and then like moving around, it was just a little different. I wasn't fighting like I usually do.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
Now, turning it around a little bit, if you went into a fight with somebody who was injured, whether it be, vision impaired, how does that change your strategy? Do you go after that injury or do you try injuring the good eye? Or, do you have a strategy like that? I mean, it
Well,
sounds kind of mean, but
I mean, if I can, so with that being said, is that I still stick to my game plan,
okay.
and then just with an injury alone, still should have won that fight. Could have won that fight
Okay.
and moved on to the next bout. So I mean, I wouldn't actually go into a fight trying to take someone's eye out. If it's already out, I'll still work everything that I need to do at work.
But you got to win.
Oh yeah, you gotta win. Yeah,
You got to
definitely.
win.
And then so
I
with
don't
that,
mean to sound, sadistic here, but I'm just,
yeah, because
You
he
know,
knows that he's hurt too.
yeah.
So it's like he's definitely hyper aware of that area.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I even, like, I would just move around it or
Okay.
keep moving and box. It wouldn't change who I am as a fighter. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just wondering, how often does your strategy change as you go along? Or, do you ever fight the same guy twice?
Oh yeah, it happens. It happens every once in a
Okay.
while. Every
Like,
once
oh
in a while,
yeah, I
do fight.
remember this guy. No, back to the split decision. Some sports, particularly football and baseball, I'm noticing they're starting to have like the instant replay and the reevaluation of the referee's calls. Does that ever happen in boxing?
No,
Like where it's reevaluated and changed after the fact, or
like like an instant replay type of thing.
Yeah.
No, it
oh
doesn't
yeah, I
happen.
don't know. I
Yeah.
told you, I'm completely,
No.
I'm a novice. I'm like a novice's novice.
Yeah, that does not happen. That does not happen.
Okay, I'm like looking at the international competitions. So most of the competitions that you've done have been mostly in the Northeast?
Yeah,
Well,
in the
wait, you said you
Northeast,
went to Philadelphia. Where was the other one that you went to?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay, that's not the Northeast anymore. Is there, other than the Olympics, is there like an international competitions, like world competitions, world something?
Oh yeah, there's world tournaments.
Okay.
I I don't know much about it, but
Okay.
there are world tournaments that I could still compete in.
Okay.
Uh,
Still
that
at the amateur level, or is it
at the
professional, or
amateur,
both, or?
hmm at the amateur level.
Okay. Are there international competitions for professionals?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still kind of green
You're
to like.
gonna find
Yeah, I'm
out.
gonna find out
So,
exactly.
how long does it take you to go from amateur to professional? Is it just like a light switch? You know, as soon as you reach that 10th fight, boom, you can go pro?
Well, for
Or,
me, it's
yeah.
a preparation thing.
Okay.
I want to make sure. I wanted to make sure that I was fully prepared
Okay.
to win at the pro level. So I mean,
That's a good plan.
yeah. So I mean, I didn't want to jump into it. I mean,
Okay.
just like I said before, anybody could just jump into being a pro.
Okay.
And then I wanted to make sure that I was fully equipped to take on
Okay.
any different
Now, is this something like you talk with your coach about, saying, do you think I'm ready for it? Or I think I'm ready. What do I need to do? I mean,
I mean, my coach always thought I was ready from the second he saw me. I was like, yeah, yeah, you ready to go
now would
pro?
he
I'm like,
stay with you as a professional?
yeah, he would.
Okay. Well, that's why he wants you to go pro, go pro.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. There was another question that I just had that kind of flew out of my head. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I asked this one. You had mentioned that the average career is just a few years. So let's say, 3 years. Are you already thinking about plans for 5 years from now?
5 years of, I mean,
Or what are you going to do after your boxing career's over?
well, I plan on just getting. I'm planning like
Still coaching?
still coaching or staying within the industry.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, we did talk about this.
yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's
No,
been
it's
a
fine. It's
long
fine. It's fine.
day. Now, did you ever, would leaving the physical fitness industry, I mean, because you said you have a business degree?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I can. I mean,
Would you want to like manage your own gym? I mean, would that ever be a goal of yours?
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I would
You
like to
could
manage.
own this place.
I would like to manage a gym,
Okay.
and then from there, pretty much, I mean, grow within it, and then
Okay.
you know, see
Now, would you
what's
ever have any desire to move back to the Long Island area?
if that's what God intends, if that's what God intends,
Yeah.
then I'll
Okay.
definitely do it. But other than that, I mean,
I'm not trying to kick you out of
oh no,
Arlington. I'm
no, it's
just,
fine, it's fine.
you have family down there. You grew up down
Oh,
there.
if you want me to leave, I'll leave.
Oh, no. No, you have to stay here. No, because Colleen is trying to get me. Oh, you got to come over to the gym. So, yeah. Ah. What would managing a gym be involved? What would be involved in managing a gym?
Manage gym, it just comes down to, I believe, time management
Okay.
and seeing what tools you have.
Financial or
Financial? Like, I'm sorry.
like the financial requirements of, would you also be dealing with staffing issues and clientele?
Oh, it
And,
depends on if I'm an owner. So if I'm
oh, okay.
managing it, if I'm a manager for a gym,
Okay.
I could just manage under the owner. Or if I'm owner of a gym, I could
Oh,
just do everything or own and manage. But it all depends on like what needs to be done.
Now, is
Yeah.
Title a freestanding or is it part of a chain or?
Franchise.
It is franchise. Okay. Because I'm just wondering, back when I used to entertain the idea of exercise, it's like, oh, go to the Y. I mean, would you
Oh.
ever want to go to, YMCA work, or do you like the boxing gym? And, are there other sports that are taught at the gym where you work?
I would say like the only sport that's taught at the gym I'm at is just kind of like boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts,
Okay.
but it's not nothing on the ground, just all boxing
Okay.
and kickboxing.
Now, what's the breakdown like gender, male, female?
It's more female.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's like 80%,
That
20%.
much?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, yeah. Oh no, it's like I was thinking the opposite. So why do you think that is? Do you think it's like a self-defense thing, or?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's more. I don't know. I don't know. I from
Not
what
to
I
put you on the spot here, but I'm out of questions, so we have to, wing it.
wing it.
Do they tend to be like younger women, older women,
These
women
are
interested in self-defense? Do you do self-defense classes?
well, not classes, not self defense.
Okay.
I mean, the self defense class I would say would be the boxing or the kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
So that alone,
Elbow him in the ribs.
so it's a skill based workout. So you're actually learning a skill.
Okay.
That if I mean, God forbid anything were to happen, maybe you can just throw a jab and kind of run away.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm good at screaming. That works for me. And if you ever see me running, there's somebody chasing me. Now, if you had to go back and do this again, would you still decide to go boxing, or
like
if you had to
my
do your
life.
career all over again?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't change a thing.
You like this? This is cool.
I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to stay in the class that you are at? I mean, or
So like so with me going pro,
okay,
I'll be able to basically so like as of right now, I'll be a middleweight
okay,
fighting at the pro level.
Okay.
So what I'm pretty much that's what I'll be doing when I actually go pro, which is gonna be next spring, probably like around like March or February.
Why does it take so long to go professional?
Oh, actually I'm gonna be competing in the Golden Gloves.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be my last.
And that's January, you said, right?
Yeah, so that's my last
okay.
tournament that I'll be at for the amateurs.
So that is amateur.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I'm following you. Kind of. You have to tell me things more than once.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. You don't know.
I
Yeah,
know
you don't know.
nothing. I know nothing. I thought you got to choose your own color. Where'd you come up with the? Did you come up with the nickname the Black Dragon? That sounds intimidating. Do you breathe fire or something? Don't demonstrate. Just...
Oh no, I got a lot of gum to prevent that. So yeah, so like I got Black Dragon when I was in college. I mean, we were just kind of me and the guys, we just kind of just we had nicknames for each other. So we just
Okay.
one of my friends came up with Black Dragon, and then I just kind of I ran with it.
Sounds pretty intimidating. Now, do you have one of those bathrobes like in Rocky that has the Black Dragon on the back?
Not yet.
Do you ever wear those bathrobes, or is that just something that they make up for the movies?
I don't have a bath. I don't have a robe.
You don't have
I'd
a
say.
robe. Well, yeah, it's not really a
What?
bathrobe; it's a boxing robe.
Well,
Silly.
I think I have a bathrobe, but I don't know. But I don't have a robe yet. I mean, I'm working on it. I mean, it would be nice to wear a robe.
Nice red one with a dragon on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, the marketing possibilities are endless.
Yes.
Now, you do have a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You have a team. You kind of talked about your team. Now, would that team kind of follow you into the professional realm as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say just the people who've been helpful. People have been helpful.
Now, are there other boxers on your team?
Yeah, I have a few other boxers on my
Okay.
team. I think we have like 6 or in between 6 and 9 boxers. I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
A handful.
Yeah, we got a handful
Two
of
handfuls.
boxers.
Now, are they all amateur? Or would they transfer over to professional along with you? Or could they? Is it okay that you're competing at different competitions? And
Yeah, so we're all amateur.
Okay.
We're all amateur. So I'll be the first person from my
Okay.
coach to go pro.
To go to the dark side.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong movie.
Dark side?
I'm just Star Wars is coming out again. I'm almost tempted to see it again.
Oh. I wasn't really much a Star Wars fan. I never actually watched Star Wars.
You never watched Star Wars?
Not really, yeah.
No, okay.
Is it Yoda?
Yes.
Yoda, something like that?
Yoda, yeah. Who sounds amazingly like Grover.
Grover.
from Sesame Street. Well,
Oh,
it's the
okay,
same
okay.
actor, but yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. Do you have any thoughts or advice about somebody who might want to get involved in boxing?
I would just say like if you want to get involved in boxing, just think about how much preparation that you need to be doing. So you need to be ready.
But
You need to be ready to fight. I mean, because like at the end of the day, you want to be protected, mentally and physically. So that's what I would say.
now, thinking of the mentally thing. Now, if someone were like introverted or shy, could boxing help them build the confidence that they need?
Yes, yes. So like it's funny because like being an athlete, you
Okay.
perform in front of people. You perform, you perform,
That's
you perform.
true.
It's just a continuous performance in front of these people. So you will build a self image of yourself. You will
Okay.
build a strong character.
Okay.
So I would say like for someone who's shy, it would be perfect for them.
Because I'm also thinking getting
Yeah.
in the ring with someone who is, going to try to hit you.
Yeah.
That right there kind of has to build the confidence level. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what about, that kid that was a bully in school? Does it teach them discipline, or does that tend to escape them and they just,
That I don't know. That I don't know. Cause like with the bully, it's different. I mean, the bully usually is a bully because someone either bullied him,
okay,
or it's an issue at home, and
okay,
then it feels though that they need to take it on someone else. But I mean, I feel like a sport would
Yeah.
help that person,
with the discipline and the
yeah,
control
and grow, yeah, and grow.
Okay. Now, I'm also thinking a friend, it's probably no connection, but a friend of mine, or a friend of a friend, happens to be a black belt in one of the martial arts. And I think somebody said that if you have a black belt or if somebody's about to attack you, you have to tell them, look, I have the capability of hurting you. Do you have to tell anybody that you're a boxer?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten to any altercations,
No
but
bar fights for you.
I would just say like, hey, I mean, this is not something you want to do. I'll just walk away
Yeah.
and then leave it there.
Or you take your jacket off and show them your biceps.
That's all I would do. I mean, I wouldn't take my jacket off. I'll probably keep it on. I mean, depending on the weather. But
Okay.
I'll
There you go.
I'll just be like, hey, this is something that you do. I mean, I don't think that this is something that you want to do, and then
Okay.
I will walk away. I'll walk away.
Okay. That must require a lot of self-control.
Yeah, you gotta just you gotta have some self control. You also gotta be aware of aware of what you can do to people. I mean, you're a fighter, so you gotta
Right.
you know.
And you are a fighter.
Yeah.
You're a professional fighter. And we are just about out of time.
Oh wow.
So I definitely want to thank you for coming.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I'm sorry I was like the queen of tangents, but I did manage to learn a lot. And I wish you the best of luck in January for your competition, your fight, and your road to professional boxing.
Professional boxing.
Thank you. And I would also like to thank everyone at home for tuning in this evening. And I hope you found this conversation as enlightening, entertaining, and educational as I have. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay warm, stay dry, and have a great night. Thanks.
Ooh,